John Cena reacts to being the dorky uncle in Fast X. Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about John Cena reacts to being the dorky uncle in Fast X. Let's get right into it. Strap in folks and get ready to shift gears. We're diving deep into the adrenaline-fueled world of the Fast and Furious series today. Looking at the exciting transformation of one character in particular, Jacob, portrayed by none other than wrestling superstar turned actor John Cena. In recent episodes of the Fast and the Furious series, a new Toretto family clan has emerged that could rival even the superhero squads of the Avengers or Justice League. This group might even share some of the same extraordinary abilities. Credit should go to Vin Diesel for gathering such a vibrant mix of heroes, but it doesn't mean the Fast and Furious story couldn't use a few more tough guys. F9 introduced John Cena as Jacob, Dom's estranged brother who'd been allied with the menacing terrorist Cypher, played by Charlize Theron. While Cena's character was portrayed as seriously focused in F9, his role in Fast X let Cena, known for his role as Peacemaker, introduce some of the humorous elements he has been mastering over recent years. It certainly makes for a fun performance from Cena, even though it seems somewhat disconnected from the rest of the cast. In Fast X, Jacob is entrusted with a fairly grave duty. When Dom jets off to Rome and the Vatican to sidestep a trap, he hands over the responsibility of safeguarding his son, Brian Marcos, played by Abello Perry, to Jacob. This happens after Mia's, Jordana Brewster, house is broken into and Dom's wife Letty Ortiz, played by Michelle Rodriguez, decides to accompany him. The criminal genius Dante Reyes, played by Jason Momoa, whose father met his end in Fast 5, is on a personal vendetta to get even with the Toretto clan and have the world bear the fallout. Other characters like Roman, Tyrese Gibson, Tej, Ludacris, Han, Sung Kang, and Ramsey, Natalie Emanuel, are unwittingly walking into a trap set by Dante. Dom has to alert them, but he needs to make sure Brian is safe first, as Dante's strategies involve threatening his victims' families to use them as bargaining chips. Amid these fairly tense circumstances, by Fast and Furious standards at least, Cena brings an element of ridiculousness that doesn't quite match the quasi-serious attitude maintained by the rest of the cast. While he started off his on-screen career with action-packed roles post his WWE stint, John Cena soon realized he had a knack for making people laugh. His hysterically funny performances in movies like Trainwreck, Blockers, Sisters, and Daddy's Home 2 proved that the former wrestling superstar could be as comedic as he was athletic. He skillfully satirized his macho wrestling persona, and audiences loved it, although he did dial back the comedy for more dramatic roles in action films like The Wall and Bumblebee. Movies such as Peacemaker and The Suicide Squad gave him the chance to balance high-octane action with humor. Interestingly, his portrayal in F9 was pretty serious compared to his other performances, making his comedic shift in Fast X a bit surprising. Cena's character undergoes a total transformation between the two films. In F9, he plays a mostly silent, brooding character who lurks in the shadows, harboring a deep personal grudge against Dom for leaving him behind. After causing massive destruction and reducing entire cities to rubble, Jacob is finally forgiven by Dom. This leads to a period of healing for the brothers, who are still grappling with the emotional scars left by their father's death. Yes, it's heavy on the drama, but this kind of serious undertone is what sparked comparisons between the Fast and Furious franchise and movies like Point Break. This serious approach is why Cena's comedic flair in Fast X stands out starkly. He brings a level of self-awareness to the movie that is, in a way, smarter than the film itself. John Cena's character saw a bit of a transformation in the latest Fast and Furious movie, but how does Cena himself feel about this change? Turns out he's totally into it. Here's what he had to say. Getting to step into the shoes of Jacob, as you saw him in the 9th movie, was a really cool experience. Doing this thing, playing this part, and then watching him morph into this cool uncle, it was all very exciting. It was a logical progression, but something out of the blue, like, hey, we need to take this character from point A to point B, and while we're at it, let's keep it entertaining and fun. So that's what we did, and that's how we went about it. It wasn't a sudden jarring change, instead it felt like a genuine and realistic evolution of the character. This change allowed Jacob to transition from the tactical, blue gear-wearing guy to becoming the cool Uncle Jacob, and I think it worked out pretty well. In the same interview, Cena also touched on the topic of Vin Diesel's well-known video messages that he often shares with the group. Here's what Cena had to say. To tell you honest, as a friend, he's great at staying in touch. Whether it's through text messages, video messages, or just sharing special send-me moments. Man, I do feel loved and wanted a part of something. That's like all the time, not just holidays. He's very good at letting you know what standing you're in, how he's feeling, asking how you're doing. He's a real friend. It's clear that Cena is not only a muscle-bound dude, but also a master of humor and drama. Despite the serious nature of the Fast and Furious franchise, Cena's unique blend of comedy and self-awareness certainly stands out, adding a whole new layer to the saga. That's all for today, and we'll be sure to catch you all in the next one.